Good morning, once again, Chair Wecker, Director Anderson, and Commission staff. I appreciate the time once again to speak before you. I actually prepared some information, but I've been sitting here this morning just listening to the input, and I think we can all agree that the amount of people in this room is somewhat impressive. If it sends no other message, it sends a message of sports fisher persons, try to delete the fisherman, but fisher persons united, showing a sign of solidarity, and really taking time to finally get somewhat educated on the issues, okay? I've been on the Citizens Advisory Committee for 10 years. I've had the benefits of knowing Director Anderson quite well and working with Ron Warren and staff, and it pleased me this morning to see that Ron listed two things on the top of his initial presentation: conservation and not fishing down to the last fish. I think we had that discussion last time we were here, because that's been the mentality. Those two key elements right there will never be achieved if we don't change the philosophy in how we target our fish. It's the responsibility of all user groups to change the ways and methods of how we fish. Conservation isn't even on the register if we don't look at how we approach our fisheries. Gill netting is non-selective. I believe we can all agree on that. I look at this panel before me. You are all very educated individuals. Much higher education than I ever had the willingness to seek out. Call me lazy, I guess. But the facts are, we know that change is needed, okay? We know that the methods of how we target our fish are not acceptable. If we're to truly embrace the terminology of conservation, it doesn't work. It's an oxymoron. I've heard all kinds of support for those who make their livelihood gill netting or commercial fishing. Yeah, I'm wearing a shirt that says ban gill nets. It doesn't say ban commercial fishing. It doesn't say ban tribal fishing. We recognize the treaty rights. The 74 Bolt decision is in stone. You're not going to take that away. But there is room for adjustment. There is room to look at the numbers. There is room to look at it and say, yeah, there is over-harvest going on. There's a blatant disregard for the resource at times. If you have a pen and paper, write down Sportsmen for Change. Social media is dynamic. Go to Facebook. Look at the page Sportsmen for Change. You're going to see simply pictures and photos and videos that sports fishermen and women have found as they're out walking their favorite rivers, spending the day on the water. You're looking at discarded fish, thousands, because there's no buyer. Unacceptable use of the resource. You're looking at abandoned nets in the river killing native steelhead, and nobody's held accountable. Absolutely unacceptable. Blatant disregard for the resource. Gill nets are non-discriminate, we can all agree to that. Again, I'm not saying ban commercial fishing, I'm not saying ban tribal fishing. What I'm saying is go selective. Get the Quinolds back to the table and decide what it's going to take to be conservative and get our escapement numbers back to where they need to be. Thank you.